Yep guys, I'm in a different room now. I moved my filming location into the basement, but not for the reason you'd think. It's because I don't want anyone to notice my pimple. So one concerning trend that's been going on lately is billionaires, very rich people building underground bunkers, presumably for the end times. You know, in case things go south, they can go south into the earth and live there until things blow over, or they could just live the rest of their lives underground. At least I assume that's what it's for. I guess I don't really know for sure. It's hard to get a straight answer from these guys. Maybe they all just sort of suddenly developed a love for going underground and just spending time in the earth. But I'm pretty sure that they, at the very least, think the apocalypse could happen, and they're trying to cover their bases, so to speak. Photographer visits underground house built by eccentric millionaire for nuclear fallout. And here's the first image showing what it describes as lifelike scenery is painted on the underground walls of the house. An underground house perfect for nuclear fallout, built by an eccentric millionaire, was visited by a photographer who documents doomsday locations. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that sentence sounds like a little bit too cheery to me. Perfect for nuclear fallout kind of seems like an oxymoron, you know? I feel like at the very least you can make do with nuclear fallout, but I wouldn't be like, oh, the world is ending? Oh, this is perfect. I know a spot. I have the absolute perfect place to go when all of my family has died and everything I've ever known is gone forever. Look, I know it's sad now, but just wait until we get down there and you can see the curtains I picked out. You're gonna freak. This would be a dream place to live during the apocalypse, at least better than any other bunker I've seen. So not only do I feel broke for the sheer act of not having a bunker, but then he's gonna shame other people who do have bunkers and be like, they might have bunkers, but they're not as nice as mine, man. Theirs don't look like a store in North Korea that's trying to make it look like real life, even though it's not. I do kind of feel like a lot of these things end up sort of being pissing contests between billionaires. They might not even care about the apocalypse. I think there just comes a point where you have so much money that spending them on normal things isn't enough anymore. You need to think of new and innovative ways to one-up other people and feel better than other people, so you gotta have that better underground bunker. You need to have a penchant for over-the-top kitsch. You need to have a penchant for over-the-top kitsch, insane color combinations, and James Bond villain layer aesthetics, which I do. I don't understand that quote. Is he saying, like, in order to make any bunker, you need to have a penchant for over-the-top kitsch? Or is he just saying to survive in this underground hell that I've created, you need to be able to tolerate what I've done here? So this is interesting. So this is part of the underground bunker. It's made to look like the outside of a house. Beautiful, you know, pink neon lighting, interesting vintage choice of couch, but if you look in the room, it kind of just looks like an ugly motel in there. What's going on there? I feel like he forgot to bring the vibe in there. The subterranean house comes with a bar area, a pool sauna, barbecue, putting green, guest house, pool table, grand piano, and a fountain. It's a guest house, you know, so like if during the apocalypse one of your friends wants to come over, one of your friends that got blown away by a nuclear bomb, if they want to just come over for a couple minutes, if you want to have one of the aliens over that took over, he can come down there, hang out. Isn't the whole point of a doomsday bunker that there is going to be nobody to come over to the guest house? Maybe one of his other billionaire friends who does have a bunker, but just not as nice of one. He's like, look, I know you're gonna really want to come to mine, so I have a guest house. Jeez, man. I don't even know how to describe the aesthetic. It kind of looks like something from the game Fallout, right? I'm actually asking, right? Does it look like that? I've never played Fallout, but I feel like it looks like that. One thing I fully do not understand about doomsday bunkers is like, one this big feels like it needs a staff to run. You've got a pool, you've got a barbecue, you have a guest house. Are you having people work down there during the apocalypse? And if so, what is going to keep them working for you? If money doesn't mean anything anymore, like what is there to keep that hierarchical status in place? And also, like, you've got a barbecue. What are you gonna cook up some ribs? Where are you gonna get the pig? Where's the pig coming from? Maybe he's already got all this stuff stocked up. Okay, so looks like What's Inside, the YouTube channel, has actually toured this bunker. What's inside an $18 million luxury doomsday bunker?
One very interesting thing is this giant metal capsule. A lot of you are probably wondering, what is this? This right here could hold 5 human heads and 4 bodies. I don't really understand why it's 5 heads and 4 bodies.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing about that too. I was just thinking that. The bodies and heads don't match up. If it were 5 heads and 5 bodies, I'd have nothing to say about this. I have one of those in my house, actually.
It really feels like you're in your own private oasis. This is 15,000 square feet.
It really doesn't feel like you're that much underground because like...
Doesn't feel like you're that much underground. Still definitely feels like you're a little bit underground, but I mean, we're 100 feet underground. This feels pretty nice. I would guess like 10 feet max. I mean, I guess there's no real indication that you're deep underground, but I feel like the fact that there's no windows really tips you off to the fact that there's something sinister going on. I will say, you know, it's nice. If you're into this aesthetic, it's probably going to keep you sane for slightly longer than someone that's just in like a metal, you know, warehouse submarine looking bunker.
And now you look across LA, there's the night shining. You even see the moon up there shining because of the black lights.
That's nice. It's so peaceful. I could imagine just looking out over this painting and like almost forgetting that 5 of my closest friends have been decapitated and are frozen 10 feet behind me in that pod. You know what's kind of crazy? I just realized it's kind of fitting that I'm in my basement right now for this video. I literally moved into my underground bunker to film this video about underground bunkers. Gotta say, mine is like a little bit underdecorated for the occasion though. I do feel like, as of right now, it is just a blank white room with a pull-up bar in the background. This is all a man needs during the apocalypse right here, baby. Just a pull-up bar and some white walls. And I do have a severed head over here. It's just not frozen or anything. It's just sitting there, so. Not even worth showing. The super rich preppers planning to save themselves from the apocalypse. Tech billionaires are buying up luxurious bunkers and hiring military security to survive a societal collapse they helped create. Damn. But like everything they do, it has unintended consequences. And like all their unintended consequences, the consequences are not for them, they're for everybody else. As a humanist who writes about the impact of digital technology on our lives, I am often mistaken for a futurist. The people most interested in hiring me for my opinions about technology are usually less concerned with building tools that help people live better lives in the present than they are for identifying the next big thing through which to dominate them in the future. I don't usually respond to their inquiries. Why help these guys ruin what's left of the internet, much less civilization? Okay, cook? Okay, go off. Let's hear what you have to say about these billionaires. That's how I found myself accepting an invitation to address a group mysteriously described as ultra-wealthy stakeholders out in the middle of the desert. Yeah, see, I feel like I would not accept that invitation, even if they wanted me to. I don't know what they would want me to talk about, actually. I don't know why like a group of ultra-wealthy stakeholders would want like me to talk. I don't even know what valuable insights I would have for them at all. They're like, Danny, can you tell us any valuable insights about the High School Musical franchise? We know you just spent like 3 months working on that video. Do you have anything else to tell us? I'd be like, shit, okay. Yeah, drop me some cash, man, I'll tell you. Did you know it took 6 days to film Bet on it? Why'd it take that long? I would think I was gonna get killed, actually. If a bunch of wealthy people invited me to the desert, I'd think like, okay, you know, they're gonna pay me, but I will be hunted for sport, most likely, so would this be wise? Okay, so they started asking him questions like, how do I maintain authority over my security force after the event? The event. That was their euphemism for the environmental collapse, social unrest, nuclear explosion, social storm, unstoppable virus, or malicious computer hack. That's crazy! I mean, that's literally what I was just saying. Like, what reason would they still have to protect you? Okay, let's say it's you, and then you've got like a dozen security and staff working in your bunker. I think immediately, the moment you get down there and like the hatch is sealed, I feel like suddenly the hierarchy flips and you are now on the bottom of the hierarchy. You just invited the strongest, most capable people you know to protect you into this bunker. That's like your worst nightmare. You work for them now. Still, it's, you know, it's better than getting blown up in a nuclear explosion, but you are pretty much their servant for life now. This single question occupied us for the rest of the hour. They knew armed guards would be required to protect their compounds from raiders. You know, that is true. I'm assuming that, you know, given some kind of apocalypse, there's gonna be people that want to get in that bunker for safety. One already had secured a dozen Navy SEALs to make their way to his compound if he gave them the right cue. But how would he pay the guards once even his crypto was worthless? It's such a crazy question to ask. The billionaires are like, look, I know that even during an apocalypse, I'm going to be better than these people, but how do I make them see that? How do I convince them that they need to do what I say? Because I know for a fact they do, I just don't know why. Okay, now we got a video inside the doomsday bunker for the super rich.
From the outside, the security cameras, armored guard, and 8-ton steel doors are the only sign you're entering a top secret facility. In fact, this place is so top secret, I can't even tell you where it is.
That's interesting. So this isn't under some rich guy's house. This is a company that makes them and just puts them in the middle of nowhere. How would I even get there if something went down? I feel like I would need one right under my house, you know? You just go downstairs. What, are you gonna take a plane somewhere? Aliens are invading and you're gonna take a plane to your bunker? I don't think so, man. Aliens just pick up your plane, pick it up right up. You get sucked into there and you get tractor beamed beep, right into their ship.
Inside, this 54,000 square foot complex boasts everything you could need to live through the end of days.
Ah, yes, everything you need to live through the end of days. I was just about to ask and make sure they had a mural of 2 parrots. That was gonna be on my list. I don't think I'd survive even a week in a bunker without a mural of parrots.
At the top, under the dome, are the recreation facilities like the pet park and climbing wall. Underneath that are the mechanical level, medical bay, and food stores, with luxury living quarters spread across the next 7 floors.
Oh, so I could have all the homies in here with me. That's cool. It's crazy. This place has a gym, it has a water park, it had a movie theater, bunk beds. These people are gonna be living better than like 99% of people do now. In the apocalypse. And at this point, it just feels like bragging. It's just like, all right, we get it, man. You're gonna outlive us all, you're gonna cause the apocalypse, and then you're gonna live through it, and we're not. We're gonna be having a civil war, being sent back to the Stone Age, and you're gonna be like, whee! On a water slide. It's like, all right, fine, do it, but don't make us look at your stupid bunker. What, do you have a computer lab? You got a school down there? This is all I'm gonna be thinking about now. If the apocalypse ever does happen someday, and I'm not like a doomsday prepper, by the way. I'm not like, the end is definitely coming, so don't perceive that from this video. I'm not trying to scare anybody, but if it ever does happen, I'm gonna make sure my family's safe, try to get us to safety. But in the back of my head, I'm gonna be like, Mark Zuckerberg's on a fucking merry-go-round or some shit right now, dude, for sure. Jeff Bezos is wearing like a pink apron in some weird retro fluorescent kitchen, making pancakes with his friends. Peter Thiel's mountain hideaway. PayPal co-founder Peter Thiel's dream home is part bunker, part mountain retreat. Yeah, I guess it depends how you look at it. Everything's about perspective, you know? It could be mountain retreat, it could be a nice little getaway for the family, or, it could be the worst thing that's ever happened to you. Peter Thiel's more of a glass half full kind of guy. While New Zealand was happy to grant Thiel residency after he spent 12 days in the country, the local planning departments aren't quite so easy to win over. Thiel's undulating retreat would have too great of an impact on the landscape. Not to mention they were all kind of put off by the fact that he's like, the apocalypse is coming, I gotta go underground, will you guys let me do it? They were like, wait, hold on, stop. What? Don't bring that to New Zealand. No, you can't. You can't. No. You can't. How was that? Okay, we got a video about Mark Zuckerberg's bunker, actually. Speaking of Mark Zuckerberg.
Are you officially sort of embracing your billionaire era?
I don't know. Well, I mean, the Kauai thing is really fun. We're doing ranching down there. I want to try to create the highest quality beef in the world. And we have this whole vertical integration plan.
Man, I'm so excited for you. That's awesome. Glad you're gonna have the best beef ever that none of us will get to try. No, that's cool, man.
You do have a bunker there. Is there something you know that we don't?
No, I think that's just like a little shelter.
I like her face. She's kind of like, look, I know this is a stupid question, but people are gonna be wondering, do you think the apocalypse is gonna happen? It's like, wait, no, he did actually probably build it for a reason, right?
No, I think that's just like a little shelter under, and it's like a
little shelter. What are you worried about?
Downplaying a shelter. He's the total opposite of the guy with the fluorescent retro bunker. No, it's just some stupid little shelter. It's stupid. You don't want to hear about it. In fact, don't even ask about it. Don't ask about it.
And then just like there's just a bunch of storage space and like
just a bunch of storage space. It could only fit, I don't know, 5 heads, 4 bodies max. Inside Mark Zuckerberg's top secret Hawaii compound. I think you mean his basic little stupid house. Off the 2-lane highway that winds along the northeast side of the Hawaiian island of Kauai, on a quiet stretch of ranch land between the tourist hubs of Kapa and Hanalei, an enormous secret construction project is underway. All right, well, doesn't sound that secret. A secret construction project is underway. We found found out about it because Mark was publicly talking about it in that one TikTok interview, and now we're letting you know. But it's a secret, so don't tell anyone. Nobody working on the project is allowed to talk about what they are building. Are you sure they're not allowed to talk about it? Or maybe it's just so boring they don't want to talk about it. Like, if you go out for a beer with one of these guys and you're like, what are you building at Mark Zuckerberg's compound? They're probably just like, it's stupid. It's so tiny, I don't even want to talk about it. I hate talking about tiny little stupid things like that. I wonder if they're allowed to talk about it while they're building it, or if they're like, the construction boss is like, all right, we're gonna start doing this wall, or shit. I mean, we're gonna not do that. Nobody do anything, actually. Everybody stop. The project is so huge that a non-insignificant share of the island is bound by the NDA, but everyone here knows who's behind it. Mark Zuckerberg, CEO of Meta. Tall tales about the compound and its owner run rampant on the local rumor mill, known colloquial as the Coconut Wireless. One person heard that Zuckerberg was building a vast underground city. Well, that's not what I heard. I heard it was like a tiny little crawl space. Detailed planning documents obtained by Wire through a series of public record requests show the makings of an opulent techno-Xanadu, complete with underground shelter and what appears to be a blast-resistant door. You know, just to protect you from a hurricane, an explosive hurricane. So unfortunately, there's no pictures or videos, I guess, of Mark Zuckerberg's mansion or his underground bunker. I guess like the one thing we could look forward to in an apocalypse is maybe he'll go down there and he'll post pictures of it on Instagram or something, while we're all sort of toiling away in the Stone Age fields of tomorrow, trying to harvest crops in the radiated soil. We can check our phones and Mark Zuckerberg's like petting a zebra underground or something. We can kind of imagine what it might be like though with this video. Inside $45 million mansion with underground bunker. This is from my boy Ennis. I actually love his videos. I watch them all the time. He just tours like insane mansions and whatnot, and it's just kind of fun to put on in the background after a long day. Okay, bunker entrance.
We have these double doors here opening up. Mikey, can we pan up the ceiling? Those are security shutters. This is where we have the spacious lobby. It's a nice open space.
Okay, I gotta say, this might be the ugliest one yet, actually. I'm sure the rest of the house was nice. Let's take a peek at what the actual house looks like. I mean, the outside of the house is beautiful. Yeah, it looks like there's some nice attention to detail in the home. Very ornate, not necessarily my style, but it's done up. The bunker, I guess at the very least we can rest assured it doesn't look like these rich people are convinced the end times are happening yet, because they haven't quite zhuzhed it up yet. I don't think they're quite ready. So everyone hold off on the end times. They're not ready yet. They got to figure out what they're doing with this space first. Oh, never mind. I spoke too soon. They have a tiki bar. Fuck. Oh shit. No, they're ready. They've got pool table. They've got claw machine, and they have enough prizes to last them a lifetime. Spider-Man pinball. All right. Well, that's pretty much it, guys. I just wanted to look at some bunkers from my bunker. Bye.